Hi there, happy Sunday. My name is Denise. I am a stylist for Color Street, and it's another makeup day. In my Outlander group, we're having secret Sassenach gift exchange today, so I'm going to film this and then I'm going to go do my unboxing. Well, it's really an enveloping. I have 2 envelopes to open for my group because everybody, we all picked a name. Well, we use the Elfster app to match everybody, and so Elfster matched me with my girl and matched everyone else with their Sassenachs. Oh my goodness, what is up on my nose? Wow. Okay. Got the dermatologist appointment in January, first week of January. So, my light, what's happening with my light? Hang on. Brighter. That's as bright as we go. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to be going to see the dermatologist on the first week of January because my skin is like no longer what it what it used to be. And oh my gosh, are we? No, it's just super shiny. I was going to say, is there water coming out of there? Right here in the middle, but no water. I don't know. I just don't know. And I have a couple of other patches that are emerging. I got one on my leg and another one, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm starting to get, I have arthritis, so I don't know if it's becoming psoriatic arthritis. I don't know if it's eczema. I don't know where it's coming from. My diet hasn't really changed, so I don't think it's because of anything I'm eating. I don't really know. But I need some answers, so that's the story there. My situation there. And so yeah, Sunday before Christmas. I'm thinking of setting the filter in the Lyft app when I go out to drive for anything but the airport. I just don't want to go there. It was kind of a disaster yesterday in the evening, and I really just would rather stay away from there. So what I can do is there's a little filter that you can set it. You can either tell it the direction you want to go in. Like if I want to go to, I don't know, Palm Springs, I can tell the app that I only want rides going in that direction. Or what I can also do is drop a pin anywhere, and like it'll be like a radius circle. You can only stay, why do I need to Oi. So that way you'll only stay within that circle. And if I make the circle, even if it's like 1 block away from the airport, it won't give me a ride going to the airport. So I might just do that. What is happening here? I can't do a video without missing something. My concealer, where frickin' are you? Just a moment. Are you in my bag, which is right here? You shouldn't be. And of course, there it frickin' is. All right. I don't know how it fell out because I don't put it in my bag upside down. I never do, so it's a mystery. So I'm done with all of my shopping, which I didn't have that much to do in the beginning. And now all I got to do is get everything wrapped. But I actually found some really cute gift bags on Amazon. And well, it's not just me. I mean, there's a store called Party City over here, and it's basically where you go for anything party related. You know, tablecloths, hats, streamers, whatever. Anything you need for a party, plates, forks, whatever. Every color on planet Earth that you would possibly need for a party, that's where you go. And they're closing, and it's really kind of a bummer, but, I had this conversation with someone in my car the other day because we drove by one of the stores that's closing. And she's like, yeah, can you believe it? 700 stores, they're all going away. I said, I know, and I feel really bad. But, what did I do yesterday? I needed something last minute. So instead of getting in my car and taking the time to come over here, I went on Amazon, and it's being delivered today. And I kind of feel bad, sort of. But, I mean, it's not just me. It's me and everyone else who isn't going to retail that much anymore. And oh, new palette, quick sidebar. This is by LA Girl. It's called, there's 4 shadows in here, so they call it foreplay. Anyway, it's a neutral. There's no mirror, so I don't have to worry, but clearly you can see which one I use the most of. Anyhow, I really do love this palette. It's a great little palette. Throw it in my bag. Doesn't take up very much room. So they had other colors, but I figured I would just start with the neutral one and see if I like that. And I do. So anyhow, yeah, I kind of feel bad about Party City going under. That's a little sad, especially right now with, being right before Christmas and everything. And, people keep talking to me about, like, there are these these driverless cars by a company called Waymo, and I see them everywhere. And people are like, well, what are you going to do if Waymo replaces Lyft? And I keep thinking, I don't know. I don't even want to know. I mean, I've been doing this job. My first day of driving with Uber was January 1st of 2013. I need to, hang on one second. I'm sorry. Hold, please. Just a moment. Because, as usual, even though it's cold outside, it's warm in my apartment. So I'm going to get a little airflow going. Anyway, so yeah, January 1st, 2013 was my first day with Uber. And before that, I was driving a taxi. And before that, I was working for the studios. But I got laid off during the last writer's strike that happened in 07, 08. And so, yeah, that's my, I've been a driver pretty much my whole adult life. It's what I've always done. I tried other, like, administrative jobs, doing office work and whatnot, and I was not happy. I really don't do office politics that well. So I'm happier being on the road. People are always asking me, how can you handle being on the road? What do you do? What, don't you feel strange, people getting in your car? And I'm like, well, A, I don't drive at night, which is when the weirdos come out. And B, I'm on the road where it's safe. Because, man, offices suck sometimes. Really, really, truly, just no. Nope. The last office job that I had was working at a very busy messenger company. And for this company, I was in the dispatch office, order taking, customer service calls, where's my driver, ETA type stuff, routing, I worked in there. The only thing I didn't do was billing. I didn't do anything accounting at all. And I was there for almost 7 years. And one day I was in dispatch and I was already working on 2 calls. And one of them was an ETA and the other one was a driver that needed information about a pickup. And, the phones were still ringing, and I looked and I saw Miss Thing on the other side of the room, kind of with her head down, like on her phone, filing her nails or whatever. And I just said across the room, hey, can you put line 3 on hold for me? And in that exact moment, that exact nanosecond, one of the managers happened to walk past the doorway in the hall, and my chair, my desk was right by where he walked by. And he happened to hear me asking her to put the other call on hold. And you know what this son of a biscuit said to me? Not knowing anything, Denise, you should really pay more attention to what you're doing and less to what other... I wanted to tear his face off. I was so pissed. And, of course, I have no time in that moment to tell him anything, and you don't want to argue with the manager anyway, but I was just pissed. It's like, shut up. You don't know a damn thing. What are you doing, So, I didn't last much longer in dispatch after that. It kind of took the wind out of my sails in a way. Didn't want to work for them, in that capacity anymore. But I will tell you what I did after that. Shortly after that, there was one call that I took with a driver that was downtown LA. And I will admit, downtown can be daunting. But this guy called and he needed directions to find the freeway. What? How in the hell did you get hired when you can't find the freeway from downtown? No, I'm sorry. Anybody with two brain cells that rub together should be able to look in a map book and find the damn freeway. But no, this guy was on the phone bothering us when it was a busy day, and I just, there's probably steam coming out of my ears by the time I finished that call. And I literally got up, marched down the hall, and I said, why are we hiring drivers that don't know where the freaking freeway is downtown? How did this guy get hired? What are you talking about? I just took a call. You know, this is the conversation I had. So within a few days, I was actually the one hiring. I lobbied for that position to hire the new drivers. And I can tell you exactly why. Because they had a number on a spreadsheet that said we need X amount of drivers to do X amount of calls in X amount of time. It was a stupid spreadsheet. And I said to the guy, you know, no, that's not how you do this. If you hire 3 drivers like me and my bestie and like all of the core drivers that are really good, hire 3 drivers like that and like me, and we will do the work of 10 crappy drivers. Let me do that. No. We need drivers. We need drivers. And I said, why are we hiring these clueless drivers? But, you know, hands were tied. Couldn't do anything about that. So after my stint in the HR department trying to hire new drivers ended, which didn't take very long, I just went back on the road and said, fuck it, I'm done. Nope, no more. So ever since then, I've just been driving. And I was working for a big movie studio at Sony Pictures in Culver City, West LA area. I was working for them when the writer's strike hit, and I think I'm good. When the writer's strike happened back in '07, I think. And, you know, they never recalled me after the strike ended because at that exact moment in time in LA, you know, history, it was like the perfect storm of why I never got recalled. A, they figured that they could do less with less drivers. B, this also coincided with advances in technology where I used to take around 300-page scripts. I would take around dailies on tapes and all kinds of other like things that required lots of paper and lots of bandwidth. But there were improvements in technology to where you could email bigger documents. Plus, this was also at the very beginning of like digital. And we would get, I used to have to carry this big, huge film canisters called Goldbergs. And they're yay big, and you know, the film reels that are in a projector, those things are freaking heavy. Each one of those weighs about 20 pounds with the film and the reel. So you had these film canisters that had 3 reels in them, and they were metal canisters that were made of thick aluminum, you know, that would be able to withstand Armageddon and not have the film get damaged. So I would have to carry those things around. And that's 60 pounds on each arm. And there were usually 2. And you know, it just happens that projection rooms in movie theaters are always up damn stairs. And do the projectionists ever help me? No. So I'd have to carry those very heavy things. But once digital started happening, the film canisters were not necessary anymore. I would take entire movies around on what looked like a VHS tape, even though it was digitized. And then they started doing it on the internet. So a lot of the reason why they needed drivers went away during the aftermath of that exact time. And I remember like driving, once I realized I wasn't going to get recalled back to the studio, I needed something fast. So I'm like, all right, taxi drivers make a lot of cash. Okay. So I went and started driving for one of the taxi companies in Santa Monica. And, you know, Santa Monica is a very safe place, or I should say was. It still mostly is. But back in those days, there were no homeless people in Santa Monica. It was very safe. You could walk around at night without any trouble. And a lot of things have changed since then. But anyhow, so I figured, all right, if I'm going to drive a taxi, if I'm going to do this job, I might as well do it in a place where there's not a lot of crime. So I started driving in a company where you could only pick up in Santa Monica. I could take them anywhere, but once I dropped them off, we were only licensed to pick up in Santa Monica. So I was driving back and forth a lot, but that actually worked out because, you know, I had cash money in my hand every single day. Didn't have to wait for my next payday. If I wanted to go get, you know, food at the grocery, wanted to go to a movie, do anything, whatever I needed to do, I just always had cash. So it was a really good fit for me. It worked out really well. And then in that time was also when Uber and Lyft started. And I had an opportunity to drive for them. So that's when I started that. And that was in 2013. And between Lyft and Uber, as of a week from Tuesday, I will be starting my 12th year of driving with them. And it's actually been a good experience. I can't complain about anything, really. Uber and Lyft is fun. For me, it's been fun. And I'm grateful that everything happened the way it did because not sure where I'd be. Dang, this thing got really red, didn't it? But it's totally smooth, though. There's no, I don't know. I'm going to throw a little foundation on now. Oh, where's my clean brush? It's right over there. Hold, please. Just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Oh, also, this shirt, Satin, if you can read what it says. This was a gift from my bestie, Tania, a couple years ago, and I'm wearing it in honor of our gift exchange today. So that's what I'll be wearing for the little movie I'm about to make for that. Anyhow, oh, earrings off, just to be safe. So yeah, that's my career of choice. And you know, it's a funny thing that I've been a driver since before I even got my license. Driving around with my mom, with the family, I always had a really good sense of direction. I knew where stuff was. I've never been lost in all of Southern California. I may take a wrong turn and be going north when I should be going south on A Street, something like that. But I've never been like, holy crap, where am I? What happened? How do I get back? Oh my God, I'm going to die here. I've never had anything like that happen, ever. Driving in LA or, you know, Santa Barbara, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Diego. Never had that happen. So lucky me. And I've always been comfortable behind the wheel too. I never get nervous. And, you know, people... Things will happen in the car where someone will try to come over into my lane and I just honk, flash my brights so that they can actually see me. And they go back over and the people in the car are like, oh my God. And I'm like, no, it's fine. With me. Breathe, deep breath. We're good. Everything's fine. You know, it's like they're just really freaked out over some of the things that happen. And, you know, I'm just cool as a cucumber. Just a moment, my nose is a little bit drippy. Okay. You don't need to see me dab at my nose, do you? Okay. So anywho, yeah, that's my my career arc of the last, well, I mean, Sony was in 04 to 07 or 08. And before that, it was just a lot of other driving jobs, different companies. I used to work for a company that had contracts with Paramount, Fox, Disney, Universal. I would go on the Universal Studios backlot every day. I had drive-on privileges for that, which was an absolute blast. Oh my God. There's nothing better than being at a studio. It's just the best thing ever. And I really do miss going there a lot. You know, you never know who you're going to run into or whose house you're going to go to. I already talked about Dick Van Dyke and meeting Viggo Mortensen. But anyway, it was just a lot of fun. And the thing with Universal Studios, I don't know if anybody's been here, but if you take the Universal Studios tour and get on the tram, they take you all through the back lot, and you can see all the places, like the sound stages. You see where like a lot of the Westerns were filmed, and Wisteria Lane and all these other places from different shows. And, you know, if you're on the tram, if you're on the back lot and you see a tram coming, the trams always get right of way. Where is my shadow? Oh my God. It's under my mirror because I put my mirror on top of it. Anyhow, there's trams always get the right of way. So if you're in any kind of a vehicle, if you're in a golf cart or in a car or on a bicycle and you see a tram coming, you stop and let the tram go by, because that's, you know, that's the business end of this whole studio tour. They just get the right of way. And I cannot tell you how many times, especially back in those days, like back in the early 90s and early 2000s, when I'd be at Universal and the tram is coming by and I see all these people with their camcorders. And, you know, of course, if you're in the tram, you're waving at everybody. And if the tram is going by, you're waving back. And it's like part of the tour now. Hi, hello. So there are probably people somewhere that have me waving at them from my little Honda back in the day. But, you know, it's just fun. Being on a studio lot, there's nothing like it. And there were a couple of times, Harrison frickin' Ford. Okay, let me tell you about that. One time I got a package and it just said HF on it. I had no idea, you know, I'm in the middle of writing everything down and trying to get out the door because dispatch always wants us to hurry. So all I saw was HF and this address, and I wrote it down and grabbed the package and left. And you'd think I'd put two and two together, right? So I go over to this neighborhood, it's a well-to-do area on the west side, and go up this street that I've driven by a million times. And I'm like, oh, this is where they live, whoever this person is. Okay, whatever. And I buzz at the gate where you have to have them let you in. And I hear this familiar voice, Callista Flockhart, say, oh, come on up. And I'm like, oh, shut up. HF, Harrison freaking Ford. Oh, my God. And then I'm thinking to myself, he's not going to be home. They're never here. But this was after Dick Van Dyke, so maybe I might get lucky. So I get to the front, you know, the driveway. It's this huge driveway with a fountain in the middle, like a big circular drive. And get out of the car and start walking over there. And the door opens, and there he fucking is. Oh, my God. What do you got for me? And I'm like, hello. And I hand him the package. And, you know, you have to have them sign the thing so for proof of delivery. So he scrawled something. Please, Mr. Ford, can I just shake your hand? Yeah, sure, of course. And I heard like children in the background. And he looked like he was not necessarily patient to like talk to me. So we shook hands and I thanked him. But it's like, oh my God. And I know where he lived. Well, I can't say lives. I know where he lived at the time, but shut up. What is happening with this earring? So yeah, Harrison Ford, big deal. And then a few years later when they were filming Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I was on the lot one day with somebody, and the two of us had to go to one of the sound stages to do a thing or whatever, or I needed a ride. I can't remember. This has got to be 15 years ago. So I don't remember why I was in the passenger seat of a vehicle, which hardly ever happens. I am the driver. I don't passenge, I drive. So it had to be a thing. And we're going back by one of the sound stages, and the guy had mentioned, you know, Harrison Ford's here today. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So we're driving along one of the little like street areas in the studio. And it's like a big row of sound stages, which are like, sound stages are ginormous. They're like warehouses. So there's this big long line of warehouses. And down at the end of the road, quote unquote, I noticed that there's a bunch of like jungle plants, like foliage. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe that's where they're filming. And, you know, we happen to be driving right past that. And as we get closer to this soundstage, there's, again, the profile with the left side of the face. all I could see was the fedora, the whip, and the jacket. And I'm like, oh my God, no, that's his double. That's not going to be him. It'll be his double. And as we got closer, he heard our vehicle approaching and he kind of moved off to the side and he looked up. And fucking hey, if it wasn't him. And I said, good to have you back, Indiana. And he said, it's glad to be back. And that it's glad to be back, you know, voice of his. And as we drove by, I looked in the mirror and he kind of went like a double take. And I'm like, he remembers me. Probably not. But it was just like unbelievable that twice in my lifetime, I actually spoke a thing to Harrison Ford and Harrison Ford acknowledged that I spoke to him and answered back. Shut up. Just stop. Yeah. So, yes, I miss being on the studio a lot. It was a lot of fun. I'm, you know, kind of bummed that I can't do it anymore, but life goes on. I mean, I'm doing fine now. It's okay. I don't want to get all bummed about what I can't do. So I'm just going to have fun doing what I can, which right now is slapping on the paint. Everything that I used on my face, I will put in the description. And am I really done already? I guess I'm done. Oh yeah, I have my butter gloss in Sugar High, NYX butter gloss. And if your skin tone is anything like mine, it really is the perfect nude. It's perfect. I wear it all the time on the daily. Even if I have like the no makeup thing happening, I wear it. Oh, wait, there's my brush. Is that the dirty one? I don't know. Too much stuff. I carry too much stuff. All right, let me assess the brow thing. Am I okay? Yeah, we're good. We are good. I don't even know that I need gel. Nope, no gel. No gel required. All right, that's it for now. Thank you again for watching. That mascara, by the way, is the Color Street Triflex, which is the best mascara ever. I continue to use it. I've just ordered another one because I can. And yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, I'll probably be doing another Christmas mani. By the way, this is Elf Stockings, Let Freedom Bling, and Couldn't Care It Less. Still beautiful. I think this is day 3. All right, that's it for now, and I will see you in a bit. Bye.